For today's cup of coffee,
It
was one of those days that everything went to shit.
Yeah, sort of.
And it's like, had a totally different video planned, and that didn't work. I had technical difficulties trying to get the files transferred from my phone to my computer. Noticed that our neighbor, who, for what he works with the road construction crew, and he goes out at night.
Mm-hmm.
His vehicle won't start.
It won't? Is
No.
that why he's working on it?
Yeah. I mean, because he usually leaves out at night.
Because
Around here,
he's working on it right now.
yeah. And that's not God-loving. Because I noticed that he went out, and at first, the battery's dead. The lights were on. He tried to crank it, wouldn't turn.
Mm-hmm.
So, bless his heart. So now he'll probably be late for work or have to call in or something like that. So it's not just us.
No, apparently not.
The energy has just been totally screwed up horribly.
Since this morning.
Yeah.
I woke up and told you that.
We had, there's, it's one of those that we had the eclipse there on the 28th. That was the lunar eclipse. It was a partial lunar eclipse.
Mm-hmm.
But that energy is still, it's sort of interference, if you want to say that.
It's fucked up.
Going into stores on our quest for turnips today.
And brown paper bags.
And brown paper bags.
Just plain brown paper bags.
They don't exist anymore. And it's like, honestly, on the quest for the turnips, when I got up to the cash register, I forgot to ask. Because I didn't think about it. I think everybody sort of goes into this just sort of brainless, on autopilot or something these days.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if that's just because everybody's so overwhelmed or whatever. But, that was screwed up. People just absolutely doing this thing of running over you in aisles to get in front of you just to stop and stand.
Mm-hmm. Why will someone stop? Like, run out, like, they're with you. They're in your group. And they'll run up to you and just stand there.
Yeah.
Right in front of your buggy.
Just
and it's
to be
like,
an impediment.
It's like, can you step 5 feet in front, please? Ahead of what I'm looking at, you have stopped directly in front of it on purpose, it seems.
It was crazy. And if you were trying to get last minute Halloween, whatever, you're shit out of luck. Because we went to the Wall of Mart and they had like a partial section of half of one shelf, and that was it. And I thought maybe they had boxed it up already to make room for the Christmas season, and because that keeps getting, they might as well just leave it out year round. At this point, they might as well. Because there are dedicated stores that's all they do is Christmas all year round. And if they're going to be one, let somebody else know. Don't disappoint the rest of us. But dude said that it was just gone, that it was just, and they didn't even have the stuff marked down yet.
No, not at all.
So that was kind of crazy.
It's like, who the fuck bought up all the Halloween stuff?
I don't know. And that included all the costumes and stuff.
Yeah.
That was kind of
And those were not good costumes?
No. And the pumpkins.
But everybody wants to be something from Five Nights at Freddy's, something from whatever Disney movie, something...
I don't know.
Whatever show's coming out. And that's what the costumes were. And they're not good costumes.
Most of the pumpkins were gone. Because it was a matter of, in the grocery stores trying to find, get mom a pumpkin because I was not going to let her go without a pumpkin.
The only place you could find one was the City of Food.
It was. And there was a lady that she was going through with pumpkins. She had multiple pumpkins in her buggy, and it's like, okay. Mm-hmm. So I got one of the reject pumpkins. It was all right. He needed a home. He's got a home now. But it's just been weird.
And a rutabaga with a weird head.
Rutabaga with a weird head?
Yeah.
Oh, I think all rutabagas could be turned, deemed that.
Are you sure that one looked a little... It looked like a flask.
Oh, that was the turnip.
That's what I meant. The
Oh, okay.
turnip.
Because I was going to say I didn't get rutabagas today because trying to carve a rutabaga, no, those things are dense.
Turnips. They got the weird... It had the weird head.
It does. So you all will, that will be a tomorrow thing to go old school. But it was a matter of sharing with other people, and we will share with you all fully, the legend of how the turnips were used. As far as instead of pumpkins, because that's a, North American thing.
It is a North America. It is solely North America. Or at least it was.
It was, as far as the carving of them.
Like, that was originally just solely America. Then now other places have adopted it.
Because pumpkins are magical.
They're universal.
They're magical. We share the pumpkins. Oh my goodness, they're wondrous.
Yeah.
But it was just a really, really odd day. But Kid did talk about, he said that it appeared that more people were getting into the larger Halloween decorations. And I think that's great because you do have stores like Lowe's and what's the other one I'm looking for? Home Depot. We can't afford to go to Home Depot. Can't afford to go to Lowe's right now. But where they've got the wonderful, huge animatronic things, and even as far as the yard inflatable things are great, except during the daytime when they're all deflated. And it's like, you've got a yard full of sad right now.
It's really sad.
I mean, if you're going to do that, wouldn't you want it up during the day also? Maybe there's a reason that they can't run them during the day.
No, there's no reason for them not to have them running during the day. Unless it's the day after.
Yeah. And then, like I said, just clean up the sad quickly. Sweep that. Just sweep that. Put
roll
back,
it up
that back in
quick.
the garage. The garage.
Yeah. The garage.
But we're going to spend the 30th, when this video will be released, have one appointment, and then the rest of the day, barring unforeseen, because you got to learn to bob and weave these days, getting things ready for the pinnacle of spooky season.
Spooky season.
And then for
it's
us,
right on us.
It is. And then the day after, it's a matter of hitting. If there's anything left, that's when I go shopping for housewares. That's when they have like the dish towels and things like that we use year round.
Yes. And Omega being like, I don't want to use this towel because it's fancy, and it's like we don't get stuff that looks pretty, but it's also functional.
Yeah, I don't. As far as hand towels and stuff like that being decorative, oh hell no, I don't own such things. If it's there, dry your hands on it.
Yes.
So I don't know. It's just that the energy has been so terse. So just bob and weave. Yeah.
Well, didn't Robert Phoenix say something like anarchy?
Yeah. Yeah, that was the thing that he had. I can't remember which one it was the other day, if it was Friday or whatever. But he was talking about the solar eclipse that went across America a week or so ago, and then this lunar eclipse added to the eclipse that is coming maybe in April, that it formed an A. And it did look like the A from the anarchy signs.
That's rough.
Yeah, he showed a map of it. Mm-hmm. If I can go back. It wasn't that far back, so I'll try to go back and leave a link so that you can go and look at it.
That's some rough shit. That's some rough energy.
Mm-hmm. It is some rough energy. But that does not mean that you have to get caught up in it. You can be aware, but still laugh, because because you get tired of hearing yourself bellyache, moan, whine. Yeah. And so does everybody else.
Yeah.
It was like, I had asked my therapist on Thursday, I said, Is the background of your life, is it that song by Green Day, Basket Case, with that line, do you have the time to listen to me whine? And she's like, no, I actually rarely think of that song. I'm like, that is what you get paid to do, is to listen to people whine. Yeah. She doesn't view it as that, which is why she is such a good therapist.
Yep.
But that doesn't mean that that's not what she's doing. Really, a lot of people. It's a paid friend.
In a way, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So this Halloween, even though there is some really, really scary shit going on, you don't have to get caught up in it. And as far as the real origins of Halloween, which we will also further explore as we're showing the Halloween Day thing. Like I said, it's weird because we record the night before, so that means that, that's why everything seems a little off on what we're saying and when this is uploaded.
Mm-hmm.
It's a matter of focusing on that and to dress up so that you can remain sort of invisible.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That was the whole point of the costume, so that they could walk amongst the spirits that night without being recognized.
Cool.
It's
you
all
get to
cool.
hide from the ghosts.
Yeah.
In plain sight.
Uh-huh. Absolutely. So, kid, you got anything else to say about today other than...
It's been a shit day.
It was a bummer.
Yeah.
But we made it through.
Other than seeing the skeleton car.
Yes, and we've got video on that because there had been a
Halloween
parade.
The Halloween decorations.
And I wish that we had, if we had known that the Halloween parade was going on today, because it used to be that anything like that on Sunday was no in this area. It was just no.
Mm-hmm.
And they brought in a casino there in Bristol. And so it sort of, I didn't think about that opening things up.
Yeah.
There was much reading about the casino.
Much reading, but dang it, they needed it to dig themselves out of that hole that they put themselves in.
Well, it's like this. Those that were doing their what options were they providing? What solutions were they giving people?
They were the ones when the big place offered. They were the ones bitching because big place offered, and they were like, "No, you can't put your stuff here." And so they moved on to the opposite side of town. Well, and the people and the dude was like, "You're gonna regret this decision," and other dude was like, "Sure."
Well, it was.
And guess what? Town's in major debt, while dude's over there in his section perfectly out of debt.
On the Tennessee side.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, actually the ones that, and please don't think I am not Christian bashing. I am church people bashing. There's a difference.
There's a difference between believers and church people.
And so these were the ones that when the casino, it's like, oh, sin, vice, blah, blah, blah. They'll bring in prostitution. They'll bring in, it's like all the vices of the devil. The vices were already there.
Mm-hmm.
And part of it had to do with the abject poverty of the area. And so some of these people that were doing the about everything, they had no solutions.
None.
So it doesn't have to be that way. You can have a drink. That does not mean you have to get shit-faced drunk, nor does it mean that you are an alcoholic.
I don't know. Some drinks are strong. Some drinks are made really strong.
It depends.
One drink can put you on the floor real fast. You can
play one hand of poker or whatever for those who have $5 or $500 to, if you've got $500 to spare, hey, you can sponsor us, buy us some coffee. Something like that, without having a gambling addiction. Yeah. There is such a thing as moderation. It does not have to be all or none.
Nope, not at all.
And like with the Halloween, for those who don't want to celebrate Halloween, we're not forcing it on anyone. But just because you don't want to partake in something, don't prevent other people from enjoying a day or a season or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure exactly. Apparently, that has, in some ways, has gotten worse. And I'm not sure how or why, or maybe that some of those people have gotten more vocal. It's odd. It is odd. Just very, very odd. Mm-hmm. Which is why we're not overtly goth. Well, actually, I just don't have the time or the energy to fool with it. If I wanted to, I would, and dare anybody to say anything to me. Because I can go out and people don't know. They don't give me guff anyhow. I just have that look. It's like, see that woman over there? Don't go over there and start shit with her. She ain't bothering nobody. Don't go over there and agitate it.
That corrections officer stare.
Well, it's weird because a lot of people, even before I ever had that job, they would either say that I was former military or something in law enforcement. And I don't know how I got that essence. I think it was being birthed, to a Marine.
Maybe.
And maybe it's just a lifetime of trying to formulate self-discipline. Mm-hmm. But it's just weird. And I've never understood how somebody would go up to a total stranger and start shit. Or why? Why would you do that? Why is it people have not understood to stay in their own lane?
Don't know.
And I think that that's part of this energy that we've got right now going on, and that is the reason it is so tense. Instead of people dealing with their own shit, feeling the need to try to tell somebody else how to live. No. If they ask, you can offer suggestions, advice, different things like that. But to just go up and randomly start telling somebody else how to live, no, I have problems with that. I have oppositional defiant disorder. Yeah.
And that's okay.
Uh-huh. You can ask me to do something, and if it's feasible, yeah, more than likely I'll help you. Tell me I have to do something, and I'll prove you wrong. I've always been like that. It's called being born rebellious. I don't know that that's a bad thing. Everybody needs to have a little bit of rebellion in them from time to time.
Yeah.
So.
Just a little bit.
We've got, as far as we know, one appointment tomorrow. And then, Lord willing, the rest of the day is going to be carving of the vegetables.
Yes.
So that we're not having to rush carving the vegetables the night thereof. And brown paper bags, just plain basic brown paper bags that I grew up with. Those need to be a thing again. They were wonderful. You could make anything out of them.
We try to look for party bags. We found a few plain paper, like brown paper party bags, and they weren't big enough.
Right.
They could have gone over BB-sized head. But that's about it.
I don't know. It was funny.
Child-sized head, basically.
Yeah, child-sized head. But it's just a totally different world than I grew up in. And it's certainly a different world than my mother grew up in. And we all just trying to navigate it. And there's days we all feel like we're drowning. And it's all right. That's where you pray.
Yep. Yep.
Trusting that hand is going to pull you back to safety.
Mm-hmm.
Final thoughts.
Have fun on Halloween.
Plan on having fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Make it a point. And anybody that tries to steal your fun, tell them to go someplace and sit down.
Yes.
It's like if they don't want to do, they don't have to do. You ain't forcing them to do. But don't let them stop you from doing.
Yep.
If you've had experiences with paranormal or supernatural encounters with UFOs, aliens, cryptids, if you had a really weird October 29th, 2023, let us know in the comments.
And if you like this video, don't forget to like, share, comment, and most of all, subscribe and click that notification button for daily notifications of our daily uploads. Thank you all. Have a good
email address, cupofcoffeewithscream@gmail.com. I don't know if I said that or not. It's there in the description box. I don't know. At this point, I don't know what the hell I'm saying.
Everything's in the description.
Except for this. Know that you're loved.
Yes.
That is the main thing. Know that you are loved. And Lord willing, we'll see you on the next cut.
Mm-hmm.
Bye.
Bye.